So tell me about your, like in the morning, what time do you usually get up in the morning?
Mostly.
Oh, the microphone is on the floor. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Good to go.
Yeah, so mostly it's, I think around 7 because I go to bed late.
Why do you go to bed late?
I love reading and watching movies. So mostly I'll be reading books, I'll be watching movies. Mostly when I watch movies, I love these intelligent movies, like anything to do with academics, and also action movies. So there are moments whereby I just stay away from comedy and these other aspects and just focus on.
And you just go for the bullets and the guns and the bombs.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. We're over here at SML TV with my dear friend, Banapsa Kunokusimosol. Banapsa, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, you know what, that mic, we're going to get it right. We're not a fully fledged studio yet. Let me move it closer.
We'll try by.
Let's move it closer so that it doesn't distort.
Okay. Now we'll try by all means to be careful with it. Oh, sorry. Sorry for that.
This is live TV. Anything can happen.
It's live TV.
Oprah Winfrey.
Simon Mwalen.
Yeah, she once famously said, live TV, anything can happen on live TV.
Indeed.
Yeah, so let me just set it up here. There you go. There you go. We're almost there.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
So you wake up early in the morning, you read books, you watch
No.
movies?
In the morning when I wake up, I don't read books.
All right.
Yeah, the first.
Oh, you go to bed late?
Yes,
right.
But the first thing that I do once I wake up is I ensure that I clean my room. Yes, I love being in a congenial and fastidious environment. That's when I get to think properly. Yes.
And that's good. That's good, and I believe that. You know, it's a fact that when you have a clean environment, you're more organized.
Indeed.
And you're more efficient.
So I love the environment to describe my way of thinking.
Fantastic.
Indeed.
So now tell me, we know you as Banapsa.
Oh yeah.
What are your birth given names, brother?
My name is Chilufia Chitalo Kachingwe, but not Chilufia Chitalo, the minister, the former minister.
Brother, listen, I'm going to give you a flag, brother. I'll tell you what you do. I was going to ask you to walk over there and just actually, just give me that little mic. Just pull it off a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, let me have it. Okay. And then walk over there and just grab that flag there, the Zambian flag. Okay. And then stand over there. And then as a way of, now back up a bit, just go back up a bit, right. Now as a way of flagging off the drugs, just like
Oh really?
no, filha, tá bom, Mwene. Idia chiteni, idia balexta so, chiteni so. Right. Now face that way and do it. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right, now you're living up to the name. All right. It comes with a lot of responsibility, brother.
I know.
Lovely. Yeah, so in honor of the fact that your name is Chitaluchirufia,
Yes.
we sort of flagged it off for you. Flagged it off.
No, I appreciate it. I hope I replicate that name.
Yeah. So now tell me about you're a student at UNZA.
Yes.
Or you were a student.
Yes.
Right. What did you graduate with?
I was at UNZA from the year 2014 to the year 2018, but graduated in the year 2019. That was on the 5th March. So there I was in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences and graduated with a degree in Development and Gender Studies.
That's all. I think that went off.
Oh, maybe the network.
So we're on Facebook. We're on 2 platforms. We're on Vanapsa's on, and then I'm on my platform. So
I think that was a network problem.
Okay, no problem.
But we're back.
We're back. Okay.
Yes.
So you graduated with a what?
Credit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you know, I find it interesting. Every time I ask people, you graduated with a what I actually mean is, what was your qualification? What was the degree? But everybody gives me the mark. They always say credit or distinction or...
Oh, really?
What was the name of your degree?
Development studies with gender studies.
Okay.
So I did 2 courses. So there's a minor course and a major course.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. So you strike me as someone that was very intelligent at secondary school. Were you a bright kid? Because you seem like you were a bright kid.
Very. I never went to grade 1 actually. I went straight to grade 2 because I was more of that sharp kid. I knew how to read before I went to school. So
you knew how to read before you went to school?
Yes.
How did that happen?
My grandfather is a clergyman, so he used to give me a lot of Bible stories to read and everything. So I developed that habit of reading.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So when you went to UNZA, at what stage while you were at UNZA did you realize, you know what, I'm funny. People laugh at what I say. When did you realize you had that comedic gene in you?
Prior to becoming a comedian, I was a footballer.
You used to play soccer?
Yes, I used to be a very good footballer, and people that saw me on the pitch don't believe that I'm into comedy. And
are you serious?
Very. And to them, it's something very, very flabbergasting, because I used to be very talented. Until now, I can still play, but just the fitness levels and the divergence in duties and careers as well.
So at what stage did you take as a young person, did you think you were going to grow to, you're going to become a professional football player? Or was that something you didn't think of?
My whole career, despite my academic career, my main one was football. I really loved soccer, and people could foresee me going as far as Arsenal, Real Madrid and everything, because I had that extraordinary talent. But away from that, again, to my father's side, we are more of comedians. My grandfather is a very funny man.
The clergyman?
Yes. And in terms of hierarchy in the family, in terms of hierarchy, in terms of the funniest and everything, I think I'm number 5 or 6 somewhere. We have funny people in the family.
Really?
Yes. So I got that from my father's side. And what used to happen could be like, we're in camp during football games, and every time guys could surround me wanting to be cracked up here and there. Even in class, it used to be the same situation. But I never just took it professional. And when I was in secondary, I never did anything to do with art or comedy. I just used to be into full-time football.
Amazing. Interesting. So now, you graduated from UNZA.
Yes.
With that degree.
Yes.
How far do you want to take this comedic talent you have?
You know, I've looked into what other comedians that existed before me. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, the network here is giving me a network problem. So I've looked at what other comedians that my precursors, so to say, yes, what they've done and where they've taken the industry to, of which is very amazing. But with me, perhaps I talk to myself, I have a big role to play. What if I move this industry from what it is today maybe to another echelon? So that is my prime target. And my main target would be maybe to take it to the international level and let the Zambian flag be up there. So no wonder in my content I add a bit of English so that I become universal and be able to be understood by others in the diaspora and everything.
Before we get to your English, which I think is amazing, let's talk about your very unique gait, your style of walking.
Oh, that
Where
one.
did that come from? In fact, before you answer that, if I can just have the mic again. If you can stand up and move the chair away from there. And then what you do is that you go down my corridor and then come through with that walk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just go ahead.
So with this one, it's more like the modern day Chimamada's. So the idea here is you look where you're stepping from. You put your hands here and you do like this. So I'll be moving like that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. I must tell you, I must tell you that after you visited us here, our guys
Yes.
on the street have started walking like you.
Really?
Yes.
No, I'm amazed that I was.
There's a guy named Spider. Every time he sees me, he says, I'm gonna need upside down.
Oh, really?
So how did that come about? Where did you get that idea?
When I was growing up in Chibombo, there was this man, he's late, may his soul continue resting in peace, Mr. Shaibira. He used to work in the mines, and he used to tell us, I used to work with the whites. So he was one of the smartest guys we had in Chibombo. So every time he was walking, he used to walk like that. And I remember I was very young, so we could follow him. Shaibira Ndalama used to say Basankoma suit. So every time we could see him, we used to rush to him and just wanting to walk. And so perhaps when I started comedy, I said, anyway, let me get that walk, maybe, and see how best I can fuse it in my comedy. So that was the advent of that, yes.
You know, it's strange you tell me that, because when I first started seeing you, your videos, your content, and your walk, I thought it was an UNZA thing.
Oh, really?
Because I've never been to UNZA. I just assumed that, I think that's how UNZA men walk. But your story clarifies.
Indeed.
That's amazing.
I think I used to be 7, 8, somewhere there, the time he was doing that. And all this while it's been in my head. Amazing. But I said, perhaps let me bring it back and see how best I can use it.
Now, while you were a student at UNZA,
yes,
were you known for that walk?
No. I was commonly known for jokes and everything, because I used to be one of those influential monks in the common room. So every time there were football games, people could always want to come and watch football where I used to be. So we had guys like Ibakachasa, Baima. We had quite a span of guys that used to be so funny. Yes.
You know, I have a lot of respect for UNZA students.
Oh, really?
I was never smart enough to go to UNZA.
Oh, really?
And I say this all the time. I'm not very bright.
Oh, really?
Okay, the only saving grace I have is I love to read books.
Okay.
Yeah. But my question is UNZA life a difficult life, academically speaking?
Very.
Is it a very difficult academic environment to operate in?
Very.
Tell me why you say that.
Firstly, the Vice Chancellor always says it's not easy to give an UNZA degree. An UNZA degree is not given anyhow, despite of the faculty you are into or anything. So it's a very difficult environment. And you'd find that where you are coming from, they know you to be that genius and everything, but when you go there, they'll tell you, leave your grade 12 points by the gate. There, when you go, you have to be alone and you face different competition. So you'd find that the cream de la cream from different faculties, different walks of life, they all converge and conglomerate there, which is a very difficult thing. And it has to do with your mental strength as well. You could be bright here and there, but are you mentally strong to withstand the pressure? You see, and you'd find that there are people that are coming from different places where they've never mingled, even with the whites, these other races and everything. So now exposed to such an environment, it is very difficult.
Interesting.
Yes.
Let's talk
and
about...
again, sorry for interrupting. Yes? Sorry for that.
No problem.
The network, we have a network problem here. Airtel should look into us. The other thing is that UNZA, we know a lot of students upon upon every academic year, the entrance of every academic year, probably maybe wanting to make money here and there. So at the end of the day, they wouldn't want a lot of students to graduate because they'll be flooding the market. So now they keep pruning day by day. Now for you to withstand all such pressure of passing every day, every academic year and semester, which is not easy, meaning you have to be passing every day until you complete your school. But in other instances, you find that others, they may rest here and there, but with UNZA, you just have to be outstanding day by day, which is not easy to succumb.
Tell me about your love for English. Where did that come from?
Like I said, I love watching intelligent movies and also reading books. So I've always been a bookworm since I was young. Like I said, my background coming from reading Bible stories, of course, pioneered by my grandfather. So,
is your grandfather still alive?
Yeah, he's 90.
Really?
And still going strong.
And you're still close to him?
Very. I grew up with him because my mother died when I was 7, and my father couldn't take care of me, because of 1 or 2. So I grew up with my grandmother and my grandfather. So I look upon them to be my parents.
Right.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So now, we are going to witness a competition, a duel, a face-off.
Yes.
A conflagration between you and
Mr. Quagmire.
Mr. Quagmire. Tell us about this. When is this going to be? And
okay, this one is going to be on the 30th of January by Simonson McKenney. And thank you for giving us that venue.
Absolutely.
Yes,
it's our pleasure.
You. No, I really appreciate you so much. You've been so helpful to me and the people that surround me as well, which is you're contributing greatly to the industry. Obviously, without you, I don't know where we could have been this time around.
Well,
because we are still pondering of where we're going to be. But anyway, you had to come in and ensure that we were sorted out.
Sure.
Kudos for that. Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Yes. Then, yeah, like I said, it will be on the 30th of January by Simonson. And those that would want to join us, there's a bus that goes direct to Simonson McKenney from...
Oh, you dropped there. There you go. We're not a professional studio yet.
Oh, yeah.
So feed up on us. Sometimes feed up on us.
Indeed. Yeah, so there's a bus that goes direct to Simonson. What do you call it? Simonson? Simpson?
No, Simonson.
Oh, Simonson.
McKenzie Simonson.
McKenzie Simonson.
But in the bus station, they say McKenzie Simpson.
Oh, okay.
The
O is silent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So there's a bus. There are buses that go there actually, and I'm sure it's very convenient. The pricing and everything. I think
yes,
it's
it drops you directly in front of our gate.
Yes, I've been there because I've had about 2 or 3 wedding events as an MC there.
Oh, really?
So I'm very much familiar with the place.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So it'll be on the 30th of January. What time?
18 to 20.
18 to 20.
Yes, because the one that we gave the people in the inquest, that was between you and I, the one we did, which was very okay and splendid.
And I enjoyed that.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
people appreciated, but they complained the time was too small. So this time around, we are looking at extending the time and ensure that we give the fans what they want. So we are trying to put a lot of logistical aspects into place and ensure that we give them something very nice.
Wonderful. Now, is this going to be? Do we pay to get in? Is it a paid event or is it free?
Looking at this advent of coronavirus and everything, we're trying to put all COVID health measures in place, so we don't want that place to be flooded. So what we've done instead is just to allow a few people, whilst observing less than 50, whilst observing all the COVID measures. So that will be a 150 kwacha per person.
Per person.
Yes.
So it's 150 kwacha per ticket.
Yes.
Wonderful. And we'll plug that. We'll plug it. We'll inform our audience.
Indeed.
So now, are you friends with Mr. Quagmire? Do you know him?
We've met, but we've never interacted on a friendship perspective. Yeah, I used to be at UNZA, and he's also at UNZA. Yeah, I could just hear of him here and there and everything. By then, my career was just in its infancy. Yes, so I only got to know about him the very moment I started this thing. Okay. Yes, we are not friends. There's no connection between us. But in the biblical realm, we are friends.
That's good. Now, before I let you go, Banabsa, I have my own views on the question I'm about to ask you, but I'd like to hear your views.
Okay.
What do you say when people ask the question, is English a measure of intelligence? What is your response to that?
I think that's a bipolar situation. It's two-sided in a way that it depends with the environment you are into. And with us, the Zambians here, were colonized by the Europeans. Obviously, for one, coming from Zambia, or what I call as an autochthon Zambian, English should just be something that they need to speak regardless of the quantum of it. At least a bit of it, you see. And again, we have 2 different types of English. There's academic English and just this mere English that people speak. So when we come to academic English, that's where we speak in jargon. You speak according to your profession. An accountant will speak according to their faculty of study. Like, for example, something that is not okay. A housemaid will say, those are bad manners. An accountant will say, that's unaccountable. You see? And perhaps we have lawyers who say, that's unlawful. So now that would define academics and the level of education one has attained.
Very good answer. That's you know your answer is so academic and so on point. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Well, hey brother, we wish you all the best, and we Facebook family, please go on to Vanapsa's page.
That's
Also-
Vanapsa, the second in command. Also on Instagram, Vanapsa, the second in command, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Vanapsa, the second in command. So we have a lot more coming. After this battle, I'm jumping onto Dr. George Mpombo. We've talked and everything has been finalized.
Have you been in touch with him?
Very, and we talk almost every day.
Is that right?
He's a very
How
good
is
man.
he?
He's very fine.
Good.
Yeah, he had traveled, but I think he's now back.
Wonderful.
Then from there again, I'm planning to organize something with the Dr. Ngware. There's another blind man. He speaks very big
I hear
English.
about this.
Yes.
I've heard about it.
So I'm trying by all means to organize or bring all those people that can speak that English and see how best we can promote the reading and the speech culture in Zambia. Because I've realized that a lot of people in Zambia don't read. For example, you can put a caption there. You're selling a T-shirt, 300 kwacha per T-shirt. Then in the commentary box, somebody comments at how much. You see?
And then you're always tempted to say, read the caption.
You see? And once you respond like that, others take it negatively.
That you're rude.
You see, which is not the case. So we are trying to remove that thing out of people's minds and see how best we can promote the reading and the speech culture in Zambia. So this is a very big project that I cannot preempt right now, but people should look for more to come.
Vanapsa, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for coming through. God bless you, and say bye to our Facebook.
Bye-bye,
SML
bye-bye.
audience.
Thank you for your support, and keep supporting Vanapsa. I hope na mufwa na totela.